Hey, how are you doing? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. We got some interesting Nintendo news. Now, they really haven't talked much about their future plans as, consoles go. I mean, the Switch is selling like hotcakes. They're expected to make over 75 million units total by the end of this holiday, shipped out. The 3DS just got retired, so they're all full in on the Nintendo Switch, even though there's been rumors that a Switch Pro will be in development sometime in early 2021. It's still been considered a little too early to start talking about Nintendo's next console generation. They've never really officially addressed it, but until now, there was an investor briefing that was released today or just earlier this week, and they made some interesting comments in regards to their future as far as consoles go. And I thought I would talk about this and give my thoughts. So this is going to be from a website called Twisted Voxel. And keep in mind, again, this was from a investor's briefing. So this was on the phone, on the record. So Nintendo confirms their next gaming system will offer unique integrated hardware software. So this was posted on the 16th, which was yesterday, and it says, Nintendo has confirmed in their investors briefing released today that they will continue to offer a gaming system that will have unique integrated hardware software. So, if you don't like the gimmicky Nintendo stuff that they do, like with the Nintendo Switch, or the Wii U, or the 3DS, or anything that they've done, the Wii, motion controls, you're going to have a bad time. This all but hints that whatever Nintendo does next, it's going to have some unique integrated hardware software dynamic. So we're already going to know that we're having some kind of gimmick of sort, especially with the way the Switch is sold with the hybrid portability and, console dock mode and stuff. So yeah, it looks like we're definitely going to get that. While I don't mind it because Nintendo does a good job of making fun and stuff out of these unique abilities that they use with their mechanics, it would be interesting to see what would happen if Nintendo just made a console, like a powerful regular console. But let's continue. The company, in the investors briefing, the company has talked about their future plans while also confirming that they will release a successor to the Switch. So they confirmed right here, of course, there will be a successor to the Nintendo Switch. While they didn't exactly share a release window for the console, they'll release an integrated hardware, software, next-gen gaming system. So I'm basically just reiterating that they are already having plans with their successor to the Nintendo Switch. There's not going to be a release window for it, of course. I'm thinking since this is like, year 3, year 4 of the Nintendo Switch, we still got like at least another 2 years before we realistically even think about Nintendo having some kind of next-gen console or whatever, unless they do the Pro. So it says in the future, and this is what they said on the statement from the Nintendo president, in the future, Nintendo still plans to expand its business around the creation of unique integrated hardware software products. Read a statement from the Nintendo president in the investors briefing. There are rumors of a next generation version of the Switch which will be 4K ready, and this is what we're talking about here when we talk about the Switch Pro, and launch in 2021, but there hasn't been any official acknowledgement of such a system as yet. This is the first time the company has talked about releasing a Switch successor. So yeah, this mentions that we've been talking about these rumors for quite some time. Every once in a while we'll see a 4chan post or a Reddit post talking about a Switch Pro coming out. Some Taiwanese business website and some newspapers and stuff have all gone on to report. Even Bloomberg has gone on record to say that there is going to be a Switch Pro coming out early 2021 that's going to have 4K capability, that Nintendo's asking developers to start getting their games 4K ready. None of this has been acknowledged or officially confirmed by Nintendo. It's still all speculation. Nothing's been entirely announced, but it's kind of interesting to see what goes on here. And this graphic that they had, and this was on the article, you could see future outlook, and actually it's kind of zoomed in way too much. But you can see integrated hardware software, and it says 2017. Integrated hardware software, and let's see if we can back out of that. Yeah, here we go. I'm so sorry about that. talking and chewing bubble gum. So you can see right here, integrated hardware, software, Nintendo Switch, integrated hardware, software, next gen, and they don't have a date for it. Value-added services, expanding IP, Nintendo account. They don't even acknowledge the Wii U between the Wii and the Nintendo Switch. So they already are looking at their future plans as a company and growth. And that whole integrated hardware software thing hints again that they're going to be doing something gimmicky. I mean, we had the 3DS, two screens. We have the Nintendo Switch, which is portable hybrid. We had the Waggle stuff. We had the Wii U. It always seems like Nintendo's always thinking of something. Something that they could do to make something gimmicky and kind of... I mean, it works. It sells like hotcakes. Everybody wants the newest niche trend. I mean, you remember the days of the Wii? Like, holy cow. Was that something else when the Wii was out? It was like hotcakes. Schools, hospitals, nursing homes, all had it. So with the way the Switch is going, though, that came out 2017, we're coming out in year 3, coming on a 4. I could still see the Nintendo Switch being a main focus, especially with the 3DS being pushed out of the door already. But looking at the next generation gaming system, it's going to be interesting to see what route they take. Personally, again, I'm okay with Nintendo always doing their gimmicks and their fun and innovations and stuff. But once in a while, I'm kind of like, what would it be like if Nintendo truly made a console and tried to compete? And it always goes back to that age-old argument that Nintendo really doesn't need to compete with anybody, that they're their own thing. They've always have been. They always have their own distinct market, and they do it well. They have their IPs, Mario, Zelda, Star Fox, F-Zero, Pokemon, and they're always going to do good. They're the Walt Disney of video games, so to speak. But I would like for them to try something a little out of the box, and I guess with integrated hardware and software, that's a possibility always, because, I mean, Nintendo's the kings of thinking outside of the box. Now, in regards to having a 4K system show up in 2021, that would definitely be interesting to see how this fits in the equation. And if it happens, I would be interested to see what they do with the next console after that to build upon that, because the Wii U, in my opinion, was the prototype for the Switch. It had to fail for the Switch to be a success. So what do you guys think about this investor briefing call? Integrated hardware, software, do you see some stupid gimmick, or are you excited to see after the success of the Switch that Nintendo will have something even more innovative, something more fun to build upon? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already, guys, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a great day. Peace out.